Good morning, good evening. Let's say good evening. Every one of us is good evening. I think it is good evening to Africa and it's good evening here in America. So, as you guys saw the post today, we told you guys about a topic. First of all, let us give God the gratitude for this wonderful Sunday. Those of you that have the time and the opportunity to go to church, I said God bless you all. And we want to bless God for each and every one of you for this wonderful Sunday that you have seen again. I want to remind you, keep close to your God. He is the God of power. He's the God of solution. So nobody should discourage you, whether it is a traditional, Facebook or politician Facebook. The first thing they have to tell you is to get close to your God, because even they the one that have all the broadcasts and that are telling you all kind of thing every day. It is by God's will they are able to even come on their platform to even talk to you, because God that owns the life and the birth and the words that come from when he hold it back, you will never see them on that show again. So it is very, very important for them to recognize God, even when if there is any other show that you're having. So I want you to recognize God in all your activities. Today, please don't go away. Today it is a time of your understanding your darkness, because some of us we have spent most of our time in the darkness, and we have spent most of our time with a lot of things that have been fooling us, a lot of scam of the devil. I can consider that to be the scam of the devil. We've been scammed from rock of ages, from since our our ancestor was born. We were being scammed. So today we want to bring you this inclusive understanding of the secret beyond the tradition. We are not playing music, because sometimes when we play music, the Facebook or sometimes interrupt our show by shutting it down. So we don't want that to happen today. But what we will be talking about today is the secret beyond the tradition. The secret beyond the tradition. This topic is very, very important to you and I today, because we have been living in doubt. Some of us, we think like, the tradition is doing us good. But definitely the tradition, it is a very secret area of life that trying to hold on to your possession. They hold on your movement. They seize. It's in the other word, they say it seize your liberty. It controls you. It want to bring you into a place of control, or what we call enslavement. It want to enslave you. So they design it in the way that it can hold you, so they can get hold of you, so they can get hold of your generation. Because all these things that we are doing today is based on what? If they hold your generation, if they plan that program, what we call tradition, if they preach it to you and you bow by it, what it does to you, it puts you under their roof. They control you, whether you are in London, whether you are in France. They control the entire life of your generation. They want to, because they don't want you to go away, and they want to be the person that is working in the power hall. When you have a generator And there are people that work in the what? In the power hall. They have the right to shout the power hall down everybody. So in your life, you do not have to have somebody that is working in your power hall, because that person can shout down the power. Then the whole city will become dark. So you don't want them to have that kind of possession over you. So the tradition has been producing what we call the power hall of the family, the power hall or the power hall of the generation. They controls you. They want to keep you in that belief so that you can what? You can be enslaved to them, so that they can get control over you. And some of these things, it causes a lot of people harm, because when they blank you into that society, they have power over you. There are people today that are really, really educated, and the tradition, they say, okay, your father have this devil, and you got to, and it makes some of those people, they cannot travel, because when they travel, when the time comes, they control you. I don't know, wherever you are in front, you will walk from there and go, because they are swear you have gotten into an agreement with them, and that agreement that you are getting in with them is hold you. Because like when you see what we call the courtesan, all those society cannot get hold of you if you are not in agreement with their confidence, if you are not going on their altar to what? To bow down and repeat after them that Mr. Kokradi, yes, as of today I have joined the courtesan to a bar, to play according to the rule and everything. These are the words that you are. They hold you back in the tradition. First of all, before we continue here, we want to get a brief knowledge on what we call tradition. Let us bring ourselves to a little bit of light, what we call tradition. Let us understand tradition first before we go into details. What we did now is we are telling you we are just giving you the introductory part of what traditional can do to you. That's what we did right now. But I want you guys to understand what they call tradition. When they say tradition, the transmission, when they say tradition, is what? It's the transmission of culture or belief from generation to generation, or the fact of being what? Passed on into this way. So tradition is a transmission, it's a transferring of belief. See that? From generation to generation. When you look at that word transmission, transferring, that means they don't want it to go away. They want to hold you by it. They want to what? They want for your generation to fall within that power hall. And as you are what? Bound by them in that power hall, they have power over, like when you have how do you call it? When you have a hydro, the hydro from Ghana, the hydro, the current from Ivory Coast passing through Liberia, from Ghana all the way. The hydro, I believe the hydro is in what? Is in Ghana. The whole current is from Ghana. But why it doing it giving light to what? Ivory Coast, then it coming to Liberia now, then it will go to Sierra Leone, then it go to Guinea. They're trying to what? Make that current to what? To be a West African power hall. But who is controlling it? The controller is in, if that hydro is in Ghana, the power hall is in Ghana. The people in Ghana that they have right over, we in Liberia, we the one that in Liberia, in Ivory Coast, they have our light. Anytime they're ready, they off it, they put it on. They off it. Because the current is traveling. We are the human being. We are the children. We the children for our fathers and our great-great-grand. There will come a time we will travel like what? Like electricity that will go across Africa. We travel, we go to Europe, we go to South Africa, we go to Australia, we go to Germany, we go to Israel. But what are happening? Because our fathers and our uncles have get into unconfident with them. So even though we have the power to travel, our light, when you travel, your light will be shining in Europe, your light will be shining in Asia, your light will be shining in other places. But they control you over there. And the most dangerous part of it that make the traditional so dangerous now for we the one that are coming up with the generation is because the people that are controlling, the people that have been transferred, that the power has been transferred unto. They are the third generation that is jealous, wicked, and if the power have been transferred onto them to control the tradition in your town, like one of your friends is a young guy and you are another young guy, and he been living in the village or in the town, so they take him to be the chief Zoe or the chief traditional man there. And you and him in the same age because your forefather and your grandfather have died. So the power he have been sworn in to what? To be the power hall controller. So in these days, the tradition have what? Have created harm for us, because the generation that they pass on to the tradition, they are the generation of wicked mind. They have bad behavior and they are jealous, and they are very, very jealous now. So some of us, we have our young people, our young brothers that are now the chizo. But the jealousy, you and I that have the opportunity to travel, and they're the one that are controlling our power hall now. We have been adopted into that tradition. Some of those young people that are controlling now, they are in jealousy, wickedness. So they don't want you to what? You the one that have traveled all the way to Germany, to England. They say, well, I don't want to be the young boy in the village and other men enjoy, because you have been sworn in, or you have been in confidence with them, your great-great-grand, they have everything concerning about your life. Sometimes when they're ready, they turn your power off. You see that? So it becomes a problem in your life. So tradition, it has a secret behind it. The secret is desperate, it's dangerous for us. But when we tell people these days, they don't want to understand. When we say tradition, I don't say do not believe, do not respect your people, but the tradition says respect your old people. Like when you speak to them, come in a way. These are things that I'm talking about. But the secret behind it, that is why I'm telling you today. And you guys need to be careful. So yeah, they say what? Tradition is what? It's a transmission of custom or belief from generation to generation, or the fact of being what? Passed on to another what? Generation. You see that? That is the definition of what? Generation. But what the theologians say here? Theologians said that what? Tradition is a doctrine. It's a doctrine believed to have what? To have a divine authority through not in the scripture. You see that? So they said it is what? It is something, it's like a doctrine, it's a belief that seem to have what? A divine authority, but it is not. You see that? It is not. It does not have any. It seems they want you to what is trying to interpret to you here is they are telling you, the theologians is trying to tell you they are like a scammer. They want you to believe that it is what? It is a good belief. They want you to understand that it is a good belief, but it is not. That's what theology is trying to tell us. It is not. So we need to be very, very careful with what? The tradition. Today, you will hear the secret beyond the tradition. First of all, let me just give you an example of what we talk about, the tradition, the secret beyond the tradition. If you look at Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 to 11, what it tells you here is what? Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his what? In his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can what? Take your what? Your stand against the devil's scheme. You see that? They say you have to what? Put on the full armor of God, the mighty power, so that you can be able to withstand the schemes of the devil. So the tradition have become one of the schemes for our life from our generation to generation, because it has what? Fooled us. It has been blindfolding us, telling us that we are protected under them. But they are the ones that are hunting us down today. See that? They are the ones that are hunting us today. The secret beyond the tradition. The secret beyond the tradition, it is dangerous. If you cannot understand it, You think you are saved. When you come from here, you go to America, you go to Africa, they will say, oh, you can't, but our big tree here, we need to kill chicken. You gotta go and chew the cola, and then you chew the cola, then you waste it on the chicken, then you go under the tree, we'll talk to the tree that here you come from. These things are harmful to you. They are the trick of the devil. They are the scam, because they know that when you are not in their possession, if they know that you are not in their possession, if they know they have nothing to hold you on, if you and them are not under the same sycamore tree, they have no power over you. Because sometimes some of them, they know your advancement. They are studying your capability. They know that you have some other divine power. They know that God is about to bless you. So they want to be the turning point of your life. That is what the tradition is about. The tradition want to hold you captive. The tradition want to hold you captivity. The tradition want to rule over you. It want to possess you. It want to say today, let your light shine, then it shine. When it say no, we got to offer the office for you. Because what? You are giving yourself to the people called the tradition. You see that? Tradition is dangerous for us. It is not something that we can. If you go in your country, if you are spent thousands of years, that's why the pastors is always telling you, you got to pray against those covenants that your mothers or your great-grand have signed beyond you since you were not born. Those things are affecting you. Those things are inflicting you, because those covenant that your great-grand have signed with those people is like they are watching you. They are watching. Even when you travel from now to France, to Germany, even to Great Britain, it's like since your father have gone on that sycamore tree or on that mountain or on that water, and they are giving those things to the water, it's like you are in agreement with them, you agree with them. So they kept everybody souls under that water or under that tree. So some of these things that they do, it is so terrible that you will never understand. They say they make you to understand that, oh yes, by this one, our great-grand have been living. But the idea, the secret beyond it is what? They want to be your controller. They want to be the captain of the town. They want to be the captain of what? Of that generation. They want to control that whole entire town. Because when time will comes, if some of your family are trying to become the same people that are in that zone thing, they will be jealous of you. They will be jealous of your generation. And before you go low, they start offering the power. Then your uncle die, then your mom die, then your pa die, then your late sister die, then the horse that you're in, then the same people, they will say they would lie to you. The people then their father then tell you wish you, or their father then did something you. Then they go, they take plan and put it on your door. When people come, they start gassing up on you see the family here, all of them die because their mind then in wish, their mind then touch wish. Nobody touch wish. The same people, the same group of people that your father there and all your great-grand have done, they are the one, because they saw light in your family. They will come after you. Today it is the time that our young Liberian youth, this traditional thing, you need to be careful. Some of you are experiencing it. It's not something that we are here to say out of ignorance. When you look at the former bald naked called Joshua Bligh, by his own confession, I'm not saying it by angel, Joshua Bligh has confessed everything that he has to do with his life. He has become a Christian. So I'm quoting from him, from his own belief, from his own quotation, from his own confession to God. Joshua Bligh said he was 12 years old when they tried to convert him into the priesthood. And into the priesthood, it is something they were wanted to hold by Joshua Bligh. And when Joshua Bligh joined the priesthood, he went under the mountain for he said, 14 days. And he was crowned as a king from his baby time. The traditional told him that he's going to be the priest, he's going to be the controller. But after when the war came, what does the traditional do to Joshua Bligh? It turned Joshua Bligh into a murderer, a bruterer, a bloodshedder. See that? So the tradition want to make you to believe that it is there for your protection. It is there for you to what? To be this one. But that same tradition, it will come after you tomorrow. It will turn you into what? Into bloody things. We need to be careful. The secret beyond tradition, it is so difficult that we cannot understand. Then what Joshua said, after he had spent 14 days under the mountain. So when the war came, they seen other people that knock, let's say, doctrinated Joshua Bly or crowned him as a priest. They are the same people that invited him in Moravia. After they are invited him in Moravia during the war in Liberia, they said, Joshua, before you become a man to fight war, you have to be sacrificing the virgins. When the war was in Liberia, before Joshua Bly called bold naked go to war, according to himself, he said that they got to sacrifice 7 or 6 virgin in the barrel in Moravia, in that barrel, before they could make that sacrifice before they can go for war, and they will be born naked, and Buddha will not touch them. You see the behavior of tradition? You see that? That is what it does to people. So if Joshua Bly was not going to repent today and give up all those things to them and put himself into God, that by which Joshua Bly have hold onto, it will go back to his children. Even his child, his own son that he born right now, when he died, the tradition will follow him, and that son will become more brutal than Joshua Bly. So Joshua Bly have the secret. He said, but then I have to leave this tradition. So there's a means that you and I today, we can leave that tradition. There's a secret behind it. The secret of those people is to control your life. There are many of our youth today that there are certain times in their life, things that their parents and their great-grandparents have come to an agreement. Some of those things are haunting them down here. Sometimes it can make them to leave from here. When the time reaches, they have to go because they have no power again, because they have put themselves on what we call the tradition. You see that? What we call the tradition. I want to give you a clear indication of what the tradition is about and what it can do to us, or what are some of the things that the tradition oppose in our life. If you read John chapter 5 verses 6 to 18, see that they say as the law of the Sabbath. You see that there was a time that the Sabbath day in the Jewish setting. You see that there was a 38 years old man that was suffering. That was crippled. He was a lame man. He cannot walk for 38 years. And in that time, it was the Sabbath of the law that Jesus came to Israel, or he was in Jews at that time. What happened when Jesus healed the 38-year-old man? The Bible says the people, the traditional rulers of the Sabbath, they begin to question Jesus. You see that? They begin to question Jesus. Why are you healing this man? What the Bible you have to heal somebody that in our Sabbath day? As a critical thinker, what does that bring to your mind? If the tradition means something important to us, if the tradition come to save us, if the tradition come to help us, if the tradition come to deliver us, if the tradition come to back us and save us, what will the Sabbath rulers, or the traditional ruler at that time will question Jesus? Why is Jesus healing the man that was lame for 38 years? See that? That was a clear indication that tradition is is meant to suffer us. It meant to torment us. It meant to keep us in slavery, in tormentment, in stagnation, so that we can now have no power, so they can rule over us, so they might be the better people, so they can mock us tomorrow and see us leaning, crippling, blind. That is their thinking. That is their belief. See that? That is why Jesus Christ himself, he opposed them. He said the tradition that you said you are brought into Israel. If I, Jesus Christ, trying to help your own brothers and sisters that are dying from sickness, from diseases, if you are stopping me not to perform, then the tradition that you have, it meant no good for the people. Then you got to do away with it. You see that? Then you got to do away with it. Because what? It made no good for the people. So that's are the same things today that you and I today we say that, oh yeah, me, I'm going back to my own village, I'm going to that creek, I'm going to that mountain. My father then said that I play my luck coming from. Your luck not come from them, my brother. That I play what? They hold your life. That I play, they hold you. That I play, they keep everything about you. If they see you now, they say, oh, this made it. Then what? They begin to what? To off your generator. Because your power horse is all the way in that mountain. Your power horse is in that river. Your power horse is connected to that. I don't care how you extend the electricity from South Africa. The power horse is in South Africa. When they off it from there, all your light in your house will be off. You see that? The light in your house will be off. That is the secret behind the tradition. The tradition want to what? Hold you in our captivity. The tradition want to what? Make us to believe that it is so essential to our life. But today, some of these tormentments, some of these sufferings, some of the hard, tension that we are going through as a youth today, it is from the tradition that our father then thought that it was better for us. But it was not better for us. Now some of us today, we are feeling the pain. You know? There are some other people today, they have something that can, they say that the tradition, they make God a worry about when nothing come on us. We got to see blood before we sit down. And some of the things, they are putting many of our youth there in jail. Because what the traditional are hold you on, it doesn't matter whether you are a hero. When the time comes, what kind of possession they are possess you with. When that action comes, when that time comes, you got to perform it. You got to, I don't care what you do. That time comes, maybe that time comes, you will just, by no means, you will just be your own wife until you see blood before you leave. Before you go to FBI, take you to jail. Because what? The thing say every year you got to go and make sacrifice to your own blood. Because that power they gave you, that power need a blood. And you don't have the time to go to Ghana, to Sierra Leone, to Guinea, to Maputo, to go there. So when that time comes and you are already in America. So when that time comes, when that thing ready to perform on you, you go now, you start acting stupid. So time you go, you want to see. Sooner you see blood before your heart satisfied. Has the tradition done something better for you? No, it's destroying you. You see that? So if you have nothing, if you are not attached to anything, they have no power over you. You see that? If those people, if you are not in line with them, if you are not going onto their altar to bow down, if you are not yet chew any cola, if you are not yet sacrifice any chicken under that tree, that is why today the people, when we the one from them, when we travel, when you go back, they add it, oh, that what tradition, they want to fool you, they dragging you into it. Because what? They know that your life will shine. They know by that confidence, by you joining them, they know that they are who you are in captive. See that? They know that they are who you in captive. They know that they are possess you. Because there is nothing you can do. See that? So our brothers and sisters, those of you today that are going to school, your wives are going over there. You need to find means to do away those traditions. Because those traditions, it is the way of they holding you. Because there is nothing you can do. Something you gave your oath to, like you take an oath and if you become the state governor and they swear you in, you say what? Mr. This, I swear that this day I will perform all the rules and I will abide by this rule. What you are saying order is what they are holding you on. So when you any mistake you made, if you say no, I'm tired, you gotta go down. If you say no, I'm not serving it, they will still be because there is nothing you can go. Because you are sound and confident for your generation. So they say what? What they say here, they say what? Tradition is what? It is a transformation of what? Generational belief. So if your father or your brother have joined that cultist or some kind of Buddhism or atheism, all those kind of zinzin or Buddhism or all those zinzin, all those traditional things, you are hold yourself on the Lord, on their laws, on their gods. And those gods have the power to control you. You cannot do anything again. You see that? There is nothing you can do. That's why they always peg you. Even your auntie, your sister, you got to do this. When you not do this, it will not be pleasing. You know, I love you. They don't love you. They don't care about you. Because what they feel like, if they are talk to you and if you are put yourself under that rule, they say, oh, we are getting him or we are getting her. No need to suffer because what? They know that you are in confidence with them. So they have no time. So these are the things that the tradition hold you back. And if you don't take precaution into those things and you think that everything about your life, it is about the tradition, it is not about the tradition. Because the tradition, it have no benefit for you. The tradition is served as what? As a form of what? Holding on to what? Your entire life. Because they want to control you. They want to control you. They want you to what? To be under their jurisdiction. They want to say, sit down, you sit down. They say, go up, you go up. They say, come down, you come down. That is the secret beyond the tradition today. That is why today, if you see some of those young youth, if you see some of people that are not in any union with, there are people that are breaking the rule of tradition because they have nothing. Because, like, for example, if you are in a town and then they have a river where they say this place here, nobody can eat the fish from here, nothing. Because what? Every one of y'all in that town, you have agreed that that fish that is in that little creek, it is a fish that hold your life. Some of y'all are the fish that come from under that water, and y'all are the children of that town. And that fish, you can't eat it. But if anyone from another town or from another country, as long he not come to show himself in the public, to say, okay, I'm going to challenge. You see that? I'm going to challenge and I'm going to eat that fish. But as long he does not show himself and he's come from Sierra Leone and he's living in Liberia, that man will what? That man will eat that fish for 1 year. 1 year, that man will be, that creek that the man will be killing that fish, eating it. Nothing will happen to him. The only thing something will happen to that man if that man trying to challenge. Because if he try to challenge them, what they will do? They will use physical or spiritual something on him. Then they say the fish he ate that the one killing him. But as long as he keep himself secret, he will be in that town for 100 years, 50 years. That man will be eating that fish, holding that fish, selling it to another area. Nothing. Because what? He does not what? He does not bow to the tradition. He does not swear to that tradition. He does not come into a commitment or anything like that. But you and I that have come into confidence with that river, that okay, we believe it. If you try it, you will definitely what? Die. Because what? You are being what? You are being in an agreement with them. So there is nothing else that you can do. If you try it, you go down. Sometimes it haunts your children. And they will say, well, because this was the law in the time, we say, and they have followed them, they are the one that doing all this. Because what? They know since you are breaking down rules, they will just inflate your whole generation. Some of y'all will be mad, some of y'all will not get sound, some of y'all will go. Things will start happening, then they will turn around and tell you, say, your father break the rule. not knowing it was themselves that just by jealousy, by hatred, by everything, they're trying to destroy you and your family. You see that? They're trying to destroy you and your family. Because they hold you by the tradition. They want you to believe that they're controlling you now, that they're holding you now. So that anything that when you were against the rule, they can be able to destroy your whole generation. They will make your generation mumu. All your family that were born, some of them will be bobo, some of them they will just be sexy. Then in that time they will start showing finger when somebody come. You see the other quarter they are rule in the time. They are man them disobey. They had their whole generation. Some of them they know the sexy people. They are not normal. Some of them they are drunk or not knowing nothing like that. The people themselves, they hated you. They just want to make your own family in that whole quarter to be like a deaf and dumb bodyguard of General Zaro. You have no voice. You load a mumu in the town. You're passing around. You're children are born. Some of them they born with hippie lips. You just destroy all your generation. It is hard to talk about. It is hard to talk about. It is hard to explain. Our young generation, you start cutting those things that are harming you today. Many of our youth today, they fool them, they carry them. They want them to believe that this is it and that is it. And those things today, they have been harming most of our youth, even abroad, in the Western world. Things they have to do, normally they have to do. Some certain time will come, trouble, this and that. Because what? The power hall from the tradition is still holding them backward. It's holding them captives. You see that? When you are from different country, when you go to any country, if the tradition are there, if the tradition are there, why that tradition does not have part to play on you? Because what? They know nothing about you. They have nothing about you. You are not going on any tree. All those things, you are not going on the river. You are not going giving anything. You are not celebrating any adults. You are not worship any. You are free. That's why when some of those men of God, when they're ready to go to those towns, the powerful men of God that are not lying, that are in the things of God, sometimes they have God give them the power to destroy and to dismantle everything that, because what? They are not in the swamp. They are not in connection with them. They do not take oath with them. They do not take anything with them. So they have, but you and I that are born in that time, any mistake we do, we find ourselves in a different world. We either get crazy, we either get mad, we either get this something. Because what? They have possessed our possessions. Our spirits have been kept in that mountain. They have been holding onto what? Onto our ancestral spirits and their lifestyle. They are like a captain to our life now. They don't want to give up. See that? They don't want to give up. When you look at what? Mark chapter 1 verse 9 to 8, it said, for laying aside the commandment of God, ye have hold the tradition of men as the washing of what? Washing of pots and cups and many others. And many others. And he said unto them, fully well, ye have rejected the commandment of God, that ye have kept your what? Your tradition. You see that? So Jesus was speaking to them. Jesus was speaking to them in the book of Mark. He said what? All those things that you're doing, you got to wash your hand. You got to wash the cup. You see that? It have making y'all the Jewish people. Y'all don't have even time for the 10 commandments that God have given you. Because what? You want to train the people hard. You want to make them to understand that even watching him without washing, not washing your hand, taking this one while not washing the cup, all those things, you want to what? You want to seal them. You want to tie them in their life. You see that? And some of those things today, they hold them by the people. Sometimes they say they will stone them to death. They want to kill them. Just for what? Disobeying those things. See that the tradition that said unto the woman that if anybody sin, they should stone them to death. When that prostitute was catch with somebody's husband, what they did, and they surrounded him in the city of in the center of the town to stone the woman. When Jesus got there, he said, if any of you have not done this in secret, that you think that your own have not come to the public, then stone this woman. You see what the tradition was going to do? The tradition, they hating themselves beyond the tradition. Some of them know that they are loving to people, husband and people wife, but their own were not in the public. But then, as long as that woman who has come to the public, they want to destroy that woman's life totally. But the voice that Jesus Christ gave them, some of them knew that they were doing their own thing in the secret. You see that? The secret beyond the tradition. They will fool you. They will present everything. This other lawyer, this one, that one. When you do it like this one will happen. But they themselves are doing some of those things. You think if some of them at that time when they met that woman at the city square, and that woman was caught with what? Fornicating, you think they're not able to stone that woman? They should have stoned the woman. But what? The word from Jesus Christ, it trembled them. It touched their soul. Because some of them do it. Because the tradition was a fake, it's lying. It is just meant to destroy people, good people. And they were wanting to kill that woman just brawling like that. But it was the power of God that the word that Jesus Christ gave them, that woman was set free. See that? So what does the tradition have to do with us? If they don't, they're the one that set the tradition, they do them. But they want to hold it against you. They want to hold it against you, enslave you, control your generation. That anytime when things are going well with you, they say, the other family here, they are going so hard now. You like do something. The same people in our village, that they're the one who inflict every one of you. Then you see things happening. Sometimes then, when they look at the other generation, the other people, they can't stay long. What the hell in this war here? Then, at the age of 30, all the family, they can't live 30 years, more than 30 years. Huh? Look at the kind of thing. Are they God? Are they who? See that? Look, I have heard some people telling me that our own family then, I don't know what happened to us. We can't live long life. My auntie was 35. My uncle was 26. My brother was in 27. He just died. That kind of thing then, some people, they have, because what? The tradition have molded their mind. The tradition have made them to understand that their own generation, they can't pass 50. You see it? Something wrong somewhere. Because some of those traditions that they are involved in, that is a jealousy of some of the people that just decided to harm them, to destroy them. That's why Jesus said, if you think you love that young man and he has been crippled for what? 38 years. If I, Jesus Christ, come in Jerusalem today or in Israel today to what? To save him, then you should be happy with me, because what? The Bible said, love your neighbor as yourself. But then, does the tradition love this man? If I can heal the man that have been crippled for 30 some more years. The man been crawling behind you, no wheelchair. All the man knees are grown corn. Get an animal feet. The man crying. Men asking for help in the community, nobody. Because it is a Sabbath day. You guys are coming to question me. And you think that our God will grant you that your tradition is better? I can't do it. If you think that your tradition is harming you, then do away the tradition. Because there's a deep secret beyond the tradition that somehow we don't know today. You see? If the tradition was going to be better, I believe that from that voice, I believe that look, if you are a critical thinker, if you have the critical thinking skill, just think about it. Just think about it. These are the tradition of the Jewish people at that time. But now, about how many years? 2,000 to 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000 years ago. Then just think about when the tradition have been revised into many, many things. Now, at that time, Jesus Christ, they were alive. They have the power to advocate. But now, where there is no advocation for us, then you don't think that the tradition have become so desperate, dirty, and dangerous for us? We cannot understand. In the days of Jesus in Jerusalem, if those people can have those mindset, then right now, look at the generation that we are in. You think that that tradition is something that to help us? Don't think about it, my brother. Start cutting yourself off. Start allowing your people that carrying you on the BB tree. They start bathing you with water. They say, yeah, you will be the next priest. Bob Naked was the smartest man ever in this world. And when you listen to the testimony of Bob Naked said that if I could have lived with the tradition, my son that I love, he was going to be one of the brutal killers for Liberia again. Because the tradition always make you to feel like you are powerful, you are the man, you will be. Look, the tradition have a lot of inflections in the life of us. But for me right now, I don't know. That is what I pray to God. I said, God, if any of my mother, my father have joined in covenant with any tradition, God, by the confidence, God, that I said, cut it off. Because what? You have a tradition. Then the tradition cannot even make you what? They just keep you in the village, dirty, slumpy. Then they say you are the what? You are the king, you are the priest. But look at you hunting, your butt tear, you get gone, you going hunt from bush to bush. That dry monkey that your own something to eat. But the what? They decorate you, they pull you, they give you 4 crowns. Tankan at the end, what they do? They inflict you what? With murder, with killing. Tankan, and they say before you perform the good day, then you yourself. But Naked said he regretted that time. At that time, they were using what 25 cents. A certain 25 cents they can get to him. Every year, I don't know, they say, boy, Naked got to bring 7 virgins. Then that 25 cents he will carry it. But Naked said he regretted. Like a little fun little girl. He gave that 25 cents to. And that girl died. But Naked said, look, at that time he was in his, I don't know, he said he was in his 12 going to 14. He said today, when he pictured that little virgin, that fun little girl, for that girl to die just by giving him that 25. But Naked said, I regret it. But Naked said, I realized that tradition is wicked, it's dirty, it is bad. I want you to understand today, the secret beyond tradition is desperate. The secret behind the tradition that they are imposing on you, those of you that are in America, those of you that are traveling, going back home, you avoid that tradition. That tradition is like the what? They want to monitor you. They want to have you on what? They want to have you on the video camera. You see it? When you look at the technology right now, if the American people, if you are going to be an agent, if you are going to be a spy agent in the Arab country, if you are going there, the American will use you and they will put a chip in your body. The chip. Maybe they will just tear right to your finger, right to your middle, and they put a chip. That chip there, the chip is wirelessly connected to what? To the computer hall in America, because they want to monitor you, because you are going into Italy, or you are going to Germany or Great Britain to be an agent spy for the American people to carry on mission there. So when they put that chip in you, they will be in America, in Whitehall over there. Anything they do, they know your location when you are on the street of Afghanistan. You are going downtown Afghanistan. When they see everything. If any danger coming, They will call the Air Force. They say, oh, okay, Peter is so and so around Iraq over there. He's on the street here, but the enemy are surrounding. They will go and make some techniques so that you can be saved. Because why? They send you there as an agent. You see it? So many of us today, we are becoming what? We are like an agent. Our connection is what? Is in that mountain. Our connection is in that river. Our connection is beyond that tree where your grandmother took you that morning and washed your face and said, speak to that tree, or speak to this tree here, our tree here. Then you wash your face, then you start talking all kind of things. That is the place that they monitor you. You are on the screen right now. Some of y'all are on the screen from your home, from your community, from your ancestral area. See that? These are the things the white people use. The white people, they are doing their own work with good heart. They don't do it to harm people. But our people now, they are using all the send all. God bless us. We travel. They are monitor. Or sometimes when we buy our thing, your one day you get your whole truck. You driving a truck. Sooner they say, oh, they are about making money now. You go on the highway. Your truck will break down 5, 6 times, 10,000, 25,000, 8,000. You will spend. You will crack. You don't know what's going on. Your friend and they are moving. Their car moving. No accident. You pass every day. Bang! The other accident. Then you say from inside. You say, God, thank you. Then again, something will come again. The people are monitoring us. Because what? We make that mistake. Our people make that mistake to what? To confirm in those things that they feel that it want to help us. But they are using them now to harm us, to hunt us. To hunt our generation now. It is time for us to cut off these things. The secret beyond the what? The tradition is dangerous. See that? Many of our leaders today that are going back home, they say, oh, before you leave for the country, before you become governor before you become senator or minister in Liberia, you got to come to the tree here. Sooner you go to that tree and you learn all your book here, you get your doctor, your PhD, then the traditional people fool you, you got to go to that cutting tree first. That place where you going, that right there, your soul remain there. The day that you live on that town, you go to Morovia, you become minister. If that same man, that the priest of that town, when that man is not satisfied with you, that same man can get what? Give you some kind of saying that you just go down. Or they may kill you, they may want to kill you, they may kill you. What will you do? They will just feel and say, okay, the man king, we say after the man get a joy, you got to come and make another sacrifice. You don't do it. That why the man get inflicted with disease, that why the man die. Why are we killing ourselves, brothers and sisters? Why are we destroying ourselves? Why are we not understanding the secret beyond the tradition? The secret is what? Is to what? To mend us with the youth. At that time, they said what the Bible said, that man, that boy that was crippled, the lame man, he was at the age of what? His youth time. 30, just imagine 30 from 1 year old to 38 years old. You think nobody care for that boy? You think the people don't know that that boy needs freedom? You don't know that that boy he will be a good man, he will be a Jew, he will be a judge, but nobody, the tradition don't care for the man. But the time that Jesus came to save that man, it became what? They become jealous. They become jealous. It became their problem. You think if the tradition left that labor, this will be celebrating with him. This will be rejoicing. Oh, we thank God, Jesus. This our son here, or this our brother here. Oh, Jesus Christ. We say hallelujah to you. But they were mad. So the tradition will always be angry of you when you are in America, when you are succeeding, when you are doing something. The same tradition say that it is backing you, is supporting you. When you become somebody, it will get mad at you. It will destroy you. The tradition will destroy you. I want to share the story with you guys. I was watching a movie. It's not a movie. One of my professors, when I came to America, he was I don't know how they call those minister. Amazing fact. One guy, he was I think was a professor for amazing fact. I watched a video about him. So what he does, sometimes when we go, we say, oh, they mayor, the people can speak to us. They can tell us about great-grand. They tell us about great-grandfather. They may perform those things. He said, look, I want to tell you how the devil can fool you. I want to tell you how the devil can fool you. So the pastor have an agent in the church that was what? That was dealing with the old people. And he gave them 1 week. So he gave them 1 week, and he sent the agent, he sent the secretary there to go and get all the old man and information. Their great-grand, their grandfather, what he killed them, cancer, what day, and what kind of day they died by accident, all those things. The man planned it. He planned everything, and the man went to write all the old man information, everything. So the man, when he put something like a Bluetooth, small thing in your ear, then he said, today, I'm going to tell my people, I'm going to make them to understand that I'm powerful. I can predict their future. I can talk to them about their great-great-grand, what killed their great-great-great-grandfather. So they can believe me. He was doing it. He wanted to teach them how the devil can fool people. So after they did that, he told the guy, and the guy was having the telephone in the other church room too. But the man here alone in the other office. But the thing that is a little stunning thing that the pastor put in your ear. The pastor came to the podium that Sunday night. He said, the Holy Spirit is speaking to me now. And what is your name? Then the pastor wake up and say, what? Now the Holy Spirit is telling me about every one of you here, and I will be calling your name. I will tell everything. So the pastor went, and he just what? He wake up. He said, Mr. Jordan Weir. I said, yes. He said, wake up. He said, Jordan Weir, the Holy Spirit is telling me that at the age of 15, at the age of 15, you was a baby when your great-grand got in accident on Tennessee Highway. And after that, you went down with cancer. Oh, the papa, oh God. Their own pastor that have never even tried to even add that he was a prophet. He just, planned it so that he can know how the devil can fool the people of this world. Then he will call the other Peterson Brian. Yeah, you are from North Carolina. Your generation, so and so time, this and that. That whole net, the whole church start falling. Hey, go help me. Oh God, you pastor, you are powerful. They may do it, and he narrated the generational course of everybody. What was their sickness? And everything. No, the whole church went upside down. They started calling some people in the church. They started calling, oh, our pastor powerful. After the man finished, the message will come down. I prepared this lesson for you to understand that the devil is a scam. The devil can do anything to fool you. The devil can do anything to make you to believe him that he's called by God. But you know what? When he called the man in the office, he said, come here. He said, explain it to the whole church what happened here. The man said, the pastor gave me 1 month to go to your 1 month. I came to you and asked about your family history. This, that. How the pastor said you want to use this as a lesson to make us to understand that the devil is what? Is a liar. The devil can scare the devil. So I said the whole church, everybody went by, oh God. So that what people do, we say yes. So from that time, that church, they call it Amazing Fact. I forget about that reverend. I know the title reverend who. I think I attended their Bible school for almost 1 year plus, about 9 months, something like that. He said, so they had the congregation come together, but their whole heart, whatever the men were doing, they thought that God was speaking to the men. So some of these things we're talking about, the tradition that we're talking about here today, those traditions, they say, okay, you gotta go to the mountain so we can go talk to our great-great-granddad. Nobody in that mountain that you can talk to. Your ancestor, the man died. The people know the history. When you go that day that you go into that mountain, they know the hour they've got. Every one of them know, and they have people that have the record of your great-great-grand. And that even on that mountain, when you go there, they will pretend, they will put that ear there. Why you say, yeah, okay, that David Kukradi came from America, he said something, but what happened? Then they start narrating. Then they, oh yeah, the people, my traditional people, they are powerful, this and that. That's scam. You see it? That is a scam. We need to understand that. That is a scam. Because why? That thing that they're talking to over there, somebody, they got something that can hold the voice. When that thing's speaking, they got something, those people then that, some of them that can sing, they got things that they sing in. And that thing can make the voice, that thing when they're talking in the general, they say that they fix it. There's a tradition they can fix it. When the thing talking general, that some kind of devil or some kind of something that inside our hole that talking to you, the voice, you say, damn it, our forefather they're speaking to me from that mountain. Nobody speaking to you. Scam, my brother. Because what? They want you to believe in them. They want you to trust in them. You see that? And one other thing my father shared with me. Let him so rest in peace. That's why when you saw on my topic, I said, wow, come today, join us to know the secret beyond tradition. Sometimes when you go, those people, when they go, they will say, okay, we see you, somebody tie you, you will see the person that tie you, this and that. The people, they will go, they want to call camera, that camera there, they will dry the dust. That camera there, like when you go on your Facebook page, that's something that you can use to change your face color. Then you get makeup, then make you with makeup, then make you a put beer on you here. It do that, it change your color. When the way I apply here, I can use some kind of thing on the phone here right now. You will see me there, some kind of white man speaking to you. I just do it to call audience. I will do it. I will know that some kind of white man, clean man. I make myself clean. I just put a thing on my video. I hit enter. Right now you will see me clean. But right now as you see me, that's my clear body here. That's my David body here. Smooth. No nothing. I'm not using any technology. So that's something that camera does. They will use it. And before you reach to them, they will put the big water in the top of the day. Then something they will hang, whether that laser or anything like they will just do something, they will carve some kind of stick. They will carve it in the form of human. Then they will put lay rope on it in the net, or they will tie the hand behind it. Because your attention is what is focusing in that water, because the man said he will make you to see yourself that they tie you, that they tie your neck, they tie rope on you. Then after that he has finished tying that calf human being. Then he tie rope on it, then he hang it, because your attention what? Sooner the man talk about the water, your attention right in that top right there. You have nothing to do, because what? The fear alone, the thing that he hang up. He said look in the water, you look in there, not knowing that's something there. You will tie that calf stake there, that carving. The people that do carving, then you tie it right there, you put your hand behind you, that they do it there. You tie it with a rope. Then you will take that camera dust, because that camera dust can what? It has color. The way it changes color, the how it will change, the stake that hanging there, the how it will change the color. They say, you see that? They tie you. They say you have, they will remove 30 more days, they will kill you. They will kill you. You see yourself there? That is the trade. Then you throw me on yourself. What do you I'm gonna bring? I'm gonna go bring cow. You say, yeah, bring one cow, bring one chicken, bring $1,000. So I will make you to lose. Hey, then you call. My brother, I went to the medicine man, they tie you. I saw it. The man put the water in the something. The man put the dust there. I saw you. Your hand was tied. They tie your neck. They wrap you. Oh, my brother, you got to all the kind of things, my brothers and sisters. The secret behind the tradition. You see it? These are the secret beyond the tradition. They will never tell you. Those same people that you trust in them, as long you are going there, they say bring this one, bring that one. They're the same person again. They will what? They will hold your spirit, because what? All that sacrifice that you bring to them, they hold it onto you. Tankan again, they start pinching you. Suddenly tankan, you start getting dry. You can't get your body, you just look cold. Then they will send message. They say, oh, you have to call David in America there. David, something is giving David hard time. David need to come home. We need to see about it. Now that I see man there. That he don't want to play on me again. Then they will call one of my uncle. My uncle call me. Then I take him my plane ticket. I go in there again. The devil play with us. The secret of the tradition is desperate. African brothers, if you know your book, you go to school. Look, when you avoid them, they have nothing to hold on you. When Jesus came, Jesus came born with the pure spirit of God. He was born in the manger. He was born when the angels from heaven celebrated. When Jesus was baptized and you see the Holy Spirit from heaven, he was not born within that tradition. He born as what? As a God in the flesh of human, but he was not part of them. So their tradition cannot hold him. But the only way that the tradition can hold the people in Jerusalem is the people that were living there. Because what? They are transformed their mind. They have changed their belief. So if me and you are living in those settlements, in those areas, our belief in our lifestyle have been whole. I've been whole captive by them. We have nothing to do. Because what? Some of our uncles are there. Your father already joined them. You the biggest son to say down there, they hold something with your family already. That is terrible. It is terrible. So this evening, I want to tell every one of you, the tradition, it is harmful. Jesus said it. He said it plainly. He said, if you guys can value the life of this 38-year-old man more than your tradition, then that means your tradition is not of importance. It's not of use. Because if you want me to leave the young man to die because to satisfy your tradition, then I believe that your tradition is what? Is harmful to the society. Then do away with it. So today, if we know that our tradition is harmful to us, let us do away with it. So that we cannot see many of our generation falling into what? Into deepest, stagnations or captivities. Ancestral tradition, it is harming most of us. We got to cut it off. Because what? If you cut it off, they have nothing to hold you on. You and they not on the same cotton tree. You and they not have nothing to do. Whatever. That's why they always fight you. If you say you don't want to, like some of you're in your family. When they say, they tell you, or they say all the women will go to the water side, you wear your painting there, your red chalk soon, the money you go, as long you don't go there, they will force you. Because what? If you are not part of them, that means your own generation now, they don't have power over you. That's what that's what they're trying to tell you. Because what? They don't have power over you, no more. They want to have power over you, to control your children to come. See that? Why in the tradition where when the devil is in the town, you see that? Soon as the papa coming down now, then the other grandchildren are coming out, then they start, then the devil ready. Because what? It is got to be passed on. That's why the definition of tradition is a transformation, or it's a transmission of what? Belief or power onto generation to generation. That's why when your father is in the devil, that devil will never leave the family unless somebody break that yoke. Unless somebody say, look, the devil here, it not belongs to us. The devil here is even, that's the only way. But as long as everybody is buying by it, that devil, from now to 4 to 15 generations, that devil will still be hunting your generation down. And what the devil have to give you? Nothing. Sometimes it will ask you for your own sister. It will ask you for your mom or your pa. See that? Then one important thing again about the tradition. The tradition does not spread anybody's life. If you break the rule, you gone. They don't care about you. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your pain. When you're watching African movie, what the tradition does to the people. If a young man in the Nigerian movies, in the Nigerian movie setting, just a young man stealing in the town, or whatever they call it, they have to go and kill the man. Because that is what the tradition said. So that's a good tradition. Because what? And some of the things they can do is they know that the child that is in your family, like a young man are coming up. Some of you that can watch a movie, you can see it. They will just inflate the person to go do something because the devil, because your forefather, your generation have confirmed into those traditions, and they have been hold into it, so they can look at the future of the children, or the children that are coming, or the boys that are coming up, the one that God has favor. That one, they will just go and put something in your eye, then the person just go steal broad day that out. Then the person just go in somebody's kitchen broad day. Because what? They knew that son that you have, that Gion boy or that Gion girl that you have, that girl, something will come out of her. So they don't want that boy to go anywhere. So they will just put something in your broad day, your own son just go steal somebody good. Then that tradition that go kill the bull, they kill your son. Because why? Lack of ignorance, lack of knowledge. See that? Then they say, in our time here, those girls, nobody can love to their friend and male. Then your fine daughter that God has prepared for you, that smart daughter, that girl that will go to London, to China, to become what? To get about 4 to 5 doctor degree, to come and uplift the community and become a doctor, a woman doctor, to get hospital in Abuja, in all the places. That girl, they will put something on her now. She will just jump in some of her friends' house to go love to their men. Then they go, oh, you're not stoned to death. Ignorance on people. The secret behind the tradition is dangerous. It's desperate. The people that don't do tradition, they are the wicked one. They are the jealous one. The people that have no life. People that fail within themselves. They are read their own lifestyle. That nothing coming out of their family life. Their generation have been polluted. Their generation have been damaged, have been cursed. They are the one that behind it. You don't know. See that? When you are smart child, when you smart very true, the people then that can be in a power hall, they call them the priesthood. They are the people that in the town you see them. They are living in a purple house. They are living in mud house. Some of them born, they can't sleep on mattress. They are the people there that they the one that can be the priest to choose them. That kind of person, you think the person will allow somebody on a child to prosper? No, ain't gonna do it. The men slapping, the men are hunter, and they say the men are priests. Then the men go, your son going to London, bringing private jet in Abuja. The next day the man going that son straight. He start killing your son. Because what? He know that his own generation now, it is what? It is useless. It is of no use. Who calling me again? You see? It is of no use. You see? So he don't care. He the one with beyond our traditional start by jealousy. That's what I told you. We the young people today, our own days of that tradition have been so dangerous for us. Because some of our youth that they are throwing the traditional power over. They are jealous because some of them, they are in the town calling themselves the prince, the king, the princess, and they see their life, they have nothing. So if you the young men that come from here, then you go put yourself on that man. I give you 3 years for you don't even live long. Because I may already jealous you. That on the heart that our ancestors didn't have. Because our ancestors, they were not having that kind of wicked heart. Their heart was good. At that time, I think those days, that tradition was a little bit secure. Maybe it just, but now, for you, young man, for you to go on your friend, young man, say, I can't honor tradition. You kill yourself. You kill yourself for nothing. Because that man will jealous you. You see? Because we the youth, we don't got good heart. Just look at let's see what is going on in Liberia. Eh? Somebody steal, young man. They say somebody steal red, like grumpy. Then you are young man too. Then you go and stone the man because while the man takes cell phone. They're not jealousy there. Even when the man steal, you don't even grab the man and say, police boy, I can't take the phone from the man. But you yourself, you will take some kind of big right to rail or then you boss your friend, hey. Your car with the man steal, then you get the man right there. See? So my brothers and sisters, the devil has inflicted a lot of people. And it's not the tradition that you see today that our great ancestors, because the tradition, it is a transfer, it's a transformation. It comes from generation. So when the tradition get in the other generation here, if they are wicked, they are jealous. Whether you put yourself on and then you die. Some of the things that are going on in that country, that man, young man, he going off it, car accident, he die. Because what? You are went on that scene, young man, the man you are in the scene age, they just go to school in the University of Liberia, the man because the tradition around holding, you can't even focus, you don't know nothing. a dragging bag, carrying to foyer, carrying to loafer. Then they say the men are priests. Then you the one you come in, you bringing real Mercedes Jeep, you building upstairs, building in foyer. You causing your own death. That man will kill you. Because what? They are wicked. So brothers and sisters, we need to be careful. The secret behind the tradition is to hold you, to hold your family, to what? To get authority, to say this one will happen, this will not happen. That the other family, I want for them men to be good, I don't want for them men to live. That all those things inside now. So we need to be mindful. If you have this video, share it. For us, we are not waiting for audience. The video will be on live and they will stay there for life forever. So today, those of you that come on here to watch Liberia Motivative and Reality Talk, let God bless you. The secret beyond the tradition is desperate, it's dangerous. Most especially to our youth. Be careful. The tradition of the old age, the definition of tradition is what? It is what? The transferring. It's a transformation of custom or belief from next generation to another generation. There's a power, the transfer of power to another generation to another generation. So the power has been transferred to another generation. It's not the good grandfather, the good great-great-grand that you were having before. They are not there again. The power has been. So when the powers begin to transfer from another, the power become what? Dirty. It become what? Dangerous. It become what? Sophisticated. It become what? Dangerous for you and I. So you leave the traditional business. Our ancestors that came with it, you cut it off so that you can live long life, so that you can be prosperous. Because what? Our young generation and the jealousy, the malice and all those things today. Look at, just imagine a young man going to medicine man, that when a friend woman sleep with a woman, so the man can die on the spot. Just imagine. That's another wickedness. Because the woman that you have, the woman is not from your quarter. You don't know the woman have. So you will be using that woman now to kill everybody in that town, because you cannot, somebody that you cannot control. Why will you go take medicine on behalf of the person? See the kind of wickedness our young people are doing in Liberia now? This is a life that we will live. So that they kind of young life will trust and say, my own men I go. They say, hey, yeah, my man, this guy, let's say, nothing that traditional priest here. They are go, I allow nothing to carry me on the cotton tree to go bathe me with blood, this and that. I kill myself right there. Because I know what nothing will do to me. Because the heart, my ancestral heart, nothing not getting now. Nothing on the heart is what it been brutal. It been dirty. It been so dangerous for me. Then because the power have been transferred, so nothing had to carry me under the cotton tree to sit down, so they must bathe me. The next day I move from here, sooner they say, oh David, now they say my man, I remember. See? So these are things people cannot be wise. The tradition, it was set what? To hold you captivity. It was set to what? To control you. To have what? To have your what? To hold on to you, to direct you. When it say what you want, it says sit down, you sit down. It says sleep, you sleep. Now what is tradition for? It possess you. But I pray to God that those traditions, that if your people or you are not committed to this thing, it have no power over you. It have no dominion over you. They will fight you over years. They cannot get you. But as long as you are make a mistake, you are going on, they are confident or swamp, whatever. You are carrying something to them and say, this is what I bring up, try to help them with this. That's something that you carry over that they are possess your spirit, your life, your movement, your everything. They ready, they like a power hall. They take the generator, when they take the plug from there, they light in the hall, they go off. We shouldn't be stupid. Our young people in Liberia right now, they're the one. You see what they did to Ball Naked? A young man at the age of 12. Then they took the man to be the priest of what? Grand Jidet. He was a priest at the age of 12. They started training him. What kind of hard that labor? Because what? The tradition is just desperate and dangerous. Because what? That child does not have even a sympathy. But according to Ball Naked, he said what? Every year, seven, he can use the 25 Because what? The tradition is just wicked. They choose 12-year-old boy to be the priest of Grand Jidet. And they say what? Every year the man got to give us 7 young girls as a sacrifice. So why boy nigga can do the 25 cents, he can carry to the town and in Grand there. When today you go to selling, when you go to one get there, then in 2 days they get that. Then you carry to what? To town. Then from there you carry to Ziatan. Then you carry to all the places. The hard before that year turn, then I get 700. That the thing was in all the way. You see when the traditional love you, it will not put somebody good, but look at a child that have no feeling, don't care what people that. But boy nigga said the last girl that I killed, I fed it. Because what? They force it into that tradition. You see that? And why they to him today? It turned into a bloody killer. Tradition is nothing. It's just to what? Demonize you, torment you, to hold onto your life, to hold onto your soul, to use you. After when it use you, then it kill you. Then it take another person, it use a person, it lead a person in poverty, then it kill the person, and then it grab another person again. That's why it does. So today, my fellow Liberian, thank you. Those of you that have spent your time here, let God bless you. Let God be with you. Wipe your hand out of tradition. If you want to live a long life, do not fool yourself. The world that we are living in now is a world of jealousy, wickedness. Do not trust any tradition. I don't say don't obey them. Obey your elderly people, respect them. But where they will take you on any tree, anywhere, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay with your God. The God that loves you. The God that can fight your battle beyond you. The God that can fight a new battle for you. Stay with him. You cannot pay any price for God. The God that you are serving, you can sleep. You will fornicate here today. You go, you do this one. You ask God right now, God will forgive you. But the devil, when the devil says, don't do that, you do it, it take your life. So you just imagine. The tradition that has no mercy. It has no pardon over you. When they say stone them, they stone you. They say kill you. When they say inflate, they inflate you. But God, yeah, you will do bad thing in the dying, you will go love to people, woman, you will do that day. God still, you come back to God, you ask God forgive you. But the tradition that have no forgiving for you, that it really can destroy you anytime, that it will say we want to hold on to. Are we wasting our time? Shout out to every one of you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Africa. Let us change the dimension of belief so that we can live and enjoy our generation. Thank you. God bless you all. See you on the next episode.